talk about, SUDEP and how I knew about it. It was in the 90s when I was first training in epilepsy, and we think of how recognized it is now. Well, that was certainly not the case in those days. It was, and it was a professional group that was a little bit resistant at times, I think, to hearing this message. I think partly because it was a difficult message to communicate to patients, and also at the time, I don't think we had a particularly strong and focused message about how to reduce it, and that left people a bit exposed. But no, I think a lot of things have changed. We were probably from an era of very, very few professionals who treated epilepsy, and still, some institutions where epilepsy was treated, and neurology certainly would not always be treating epilepsy, and it would be quite common for neurologists not to treat epilepsy. So there were very, very large waiting lists when I first arrived in Cardiff, for 2 years for new onset epilepsy in some areas. And from that came, care decisions that were not perhaps very accurate and all sorts of problems for patients. So there was a large deficit in care to turn around, which has certainly not been totally turned around, but it's certainly so much more positive now than it was. Neurology is very focused on epilepsy now, with many, many excellent doctors, very committed and very holistic. And that's due to some neurology professionals, and the focus on risk and quality is due to a very large extent to SUDEP Action, in my opinion. And obviously, you can have fantastic epilepsy care and still have SUDEP, but the potential to increase the number of people who've had everything possibly done to reduce their risk was what I think SUDEP Action has done so well, whilst defining the risk. So that makes it a lot easier for us to communicate in clinic, and then obviously offering the support when someone does pass away.